A local jiu-jitsu coach is making his students proud as he takes part in a famous reality show. Sakura is live this morning to tell us more about it. Good morning, Sakura.
Good morning, guys. Well, next week on May 27th, The Ultimate Fighter is back, and there will be a familiar face on the show. Joseph Morales, aka Bopo, a local fighter, is gonna be on the show. So, hey, congratulations first off. Tell us a little bit about what the show is gonna be like and what your experience was like.
So there's going to be 16 fighters on the show. They're going to be fighting for a chance at a UFC contract. The experience on the show was great. It was a lot of fun. You meet a lot of new people, but it was one of the hardest challenges ever to be away from family, friends, phone, TV, books, music, everything. Like, they lock you down in a house and you're just eat, sleep, train, and fight.
So no distractions, just fighting. And also, he's having to be pretty tight-lipped because the premiere episode hasn't aired yet, but it's happening on May 27th. And tell us how people are celebrating locally here for the premiere.
So we're going to be having a watch party at the Buffalo Wild Wings here in Elk Grove. It'll be at 7 p.m. May 27th. I'll be there. We're going to have my family there, friends, teammates, training partners. So if you guys want to come by and watch with me, you guys are all welcome.
And, you know, you are a staple here in the Elk Grove and Sacramento community as a coach. Tell us a little bit about where you coach and what your students are like.
So we train here at the Elk Grove Wrestling Academy. I run the Team Alpha BJJ Elk Grove. So we do a lot of training in the gi for the kids. We have adults. Teenagers, everybody's welcome to come train. If you actually see the segment this morning, you say you come in and watch Good Day Sacramento, you get a month for free of training.
I love it. And then you know what? Maybe we raise the next generation of contestants on The Ultimate Fighter. Okay, my very last question is, we're going to see a lot of stuff on the show, but what's something on the show that stood out to you that you didn't expect to happen? Maybe regarding food or friends or anything like that.
So the food was great. You get to order whatever you want. And then people kind of take advantage of that. So you kind of see guys, you know, having trouble making weight sometimes, or, you know, people are stealing food. And so it kind of gets a little bit interesting, and it kind of causes a little bit of drama in the house. So you guys are just going to have to stay tuned to see.
Can you give us a sneak preview on what your craziest food order was?
My craziest food order was tri-tip. That was my, my staple, and there was only 2 guys from California, so I was sharing with him a lot, and tri-tip's like a California staple, so I had to share with everybody else.
Hey, I love it. Bring a little California flair with you. So we're excited to see the show, excited to see where you end up in the show. Of course, we can't give away too much, but if you want to watch that episode, again, it's going to be on May 27th. Coming up in the next hour, we are going to chat about how you can get your kiddo involved and maybe become the next Ultimate Fighter as well, so stay tuned. We'll have plenty more coming up in the next hour. Welcome back to Good Day Sacramento, and currently I'm standing in a spot where everywhere I turn, I'm probably at risk of being attacked by one of these fighters. But this morning we're celebrating an exciting accomplishment of a local fighter. Joseph Morales, aka Coach Bopo, joins us right here on Good Day Sacramento. He is on this season of The Ultimate Fighter. First off, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So earlier we were talking a little bit about what it was like for you on the show, but for anybody who hasn't watched The Ultimate Fighter before, walk us through kind of the situation that you're put in, because it's pretty unconventional once you get on the show and have to live there for 5 weeks, right?
Yeah, so there's 16 fighters, 8 in each weight class, and the winner of each weight class gets a contract into UFC. They take you into a house, and you live there for 5-6 weeks, and you can't have your phone, you can't have TV, any books, or any outside contact with the world.
Wow.
So it's just eat, sleep, and train.
And you've got 2 kiddos at home, so it wasn't easy for you to say goodbye to them and focus on this fighting career. Was there something that they said before you left that kind of kept you going when the times got tough?
Yeah, so my wife had given me a letter that my oldest son had wrote, and they all signed it, and it had a little message on. You'll be able to see it when you get on the show. It's a big part of of my fight routine. So yeah, that's what kept me going the whole time.
And we were talking earlier, and you were talking about how being on The Ultimate Fighter was a very full circle moment for you. Tell us about how your journey started when you were a kid.
Yeah, so when I was 10 years old, I started jiu-jitsu. I had met Uriah Faber, who is now the head coach at Team Alpha Male, and
Yeah, we love Uriah.
you know, UFC Hall of Famer, and you know all the accolades that he's accomplished. And so I started training with him, and he kind of introduced me into the MMA game. And when I was like 13, I wanted to be a fighter, and it's been the rest ever since.
Well, we can't wait to see you on the show. The premiere is on May 27th, and if you come to the Buffalo Wild Wings in Elk Grove, they'll have a watch party at 7 p.m. So we wanted to make sure that we got a taste of what it's like to be a fighter here on Good Day Sacramento. So let's have a little bit of a tutorial. Bopo, I'm going to hand the mic over to you and let me learn something here.
All right. Ella, let's...
All right, come on over.
Come on, Ella.
Hey, come on over. Let's see something.
All right. Ella's going to take a seat right here, and then you're going to sit behind Ella.
All right, I'm going to sit behind her.
All right, now you're going to wrap your legs around Ella, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take one arm underneath her armpit this way. One arm is going to come over her shoulder this way. This hand is going to grab the collar behind her neck. Go ahead, put your thumb in right there, and then make a fist. And then this hand is going to grab underneath here. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make a fist with both hands, and then you're going to pull across her neck.
Oh.
And this hand is going to pull this way, right here. Yeah, keep pulling. Her face is turning red. Her face is turning red.
No!
Let's not choke a girl on TV.
I don't want to get reported for child cruelty. Someone probably just turned their TV on right now and said, this reporter
happening?
needs to be fired. She's fighting kids. But Ella, you're pretty tough, huh?
Yeah.
Ella's pretty tough. I've seen her fight quite a few times. This is not the end. She would probably flip me over and kill me right after this. Okay, Joseph, I'm going to have you do the honors of sending it back to the studio.
All right, thank you for watching Good Day Sacramento.
There we go.
All right, Ultimate
He
Fighter.
teaches me how to fight. I teaches him how to report.
There you go. It's a win-win. Thank you, Sakura. So good.